What do we want? Justice! When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
My name is Leone Jose Bicchieri. I'm the Executive Director of the Chicago Workers Collaborative. We thank the Atmi workers. I'm going to finish with this couple sentences. We thank the Atmi workers for their inspiration. Claudia and I have come from Chicago today, but it's not a difficulty, it's an honor, because the Atmi workers are reminding all of us what it is to live in a democracy. It means freedom of expression about the things that affect your lives. And that freedom does not end at the plant gates. That freedom does not end when you go in your job. If you cannot have an opinion about what happens at your work, then you are not living in a democracy. And I don't think we would all want to live in a land without democracy. So we appreciate the Atmi workers. We know they're going to have an opinion to make, to give on Friday. And they know that we're with them. The community, Jobs with Justice, many, many people in Aurora and this whole area are with them on Friday and after Friday. Thank you very much. What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
I will close here with a personal plea to Jim Armbruster. Please respect your workers' right to simply have an opinion. It's an opinion. It's a non-violent freedom of expression. Please allow your workers to do that respectfully and legally this Friday. Because if they're not given that opportunity, this struggle will simply continue and continue and continue until these workers' voices have been heard. This is not an issue about Latinos, whites, blacks, or any ethnic group. This is an issue about workers' rights, all workers' rights in this country to have an opinion at work. Mr. Armbruster, please respect your workers' voice this Friday.
My name is John Lash with Northern Illinois Jobs with Justice. Thanks for the Chicago Workers Collaborative coming out here to support. I also see members from the United Auto Workers who are supporting the workers at Atmi, and other unions are here. I'm a carpenter myself, union carpenter, very proud union carpenter. Brothers from the Laborers Union are here to support. What we see happening is unity coming together in Aurora, because Aurora is a union town. We believe that when we stand together and fight together, that all of our lives are better, that we have a stronger community, and that we believe that there's been a grave injustice done to the workers who are working at ATMI. Several of my neighbors work at ATMI. And what happened is when these workers started to organize, Jim Armbruster started to retaliate. He cut wages by 17%. He started firing workers. The last time we marched, he decided to fire some workers for standing up and voicing an opinion we feel this is unjust. And we're here to back the workers, wholeheartedly support them, and to demand justice, to demand a fair contract, to demand equality and democracy in the workplace. So thanks everybody for participating today.
A couple words before we leave from one of the Atmi workers. This brother was fired for the sin of having opinion about his workplace. Again, we simply can't allow this to happen in this country. This brother wants to say just a couple of words before we start this march.
Mi nombre es José Rubén Meraz. Soy mexicano.
My name is José Rubén. I was fired recently by Atmi, and I want to say that I'm very concerned. What I see happening there is management will listen to you, but they won't listen very long. And as soon as you have a couple complaints, they'll grab you, they'll take you to your car, they'll tell you a couple of really dumb things, and they'll send you on your way. And that's not fair.
Quiero decir públicamente que los hispanos estamos contribuyendo.
I would also like to add, I'm translating, I would also like to add that we Latinos, Mexicanos are contributing to the economy of this country. We're one of the main reasons that we're one of the main forces that can help bring this economy back to life. And when we have opinions at work and when we're organizing at work, we deserve to be respected because we're contributing to this economy and we can help revive this economy. And we shouldn't be treated by certain management, certain ownership in such a disrespectful and lousy way when we have our opinions. And thank you very much. You guys ready to march?
Yeah!
Seguimos. What do we want? Contract. When do we want it? What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. I have the map of them. Atmi precast!
No more lies!
Atmi precast!
No more lies!
Atmi precast!
No more lies!
Is anyone else tired of these lies?
Yes!
And where are these lies coming from?
I'm Brewster!
I understand they're coming from Atmi Precast, is that correct?
Yes!
And I understand that Atmi Precast has an owner, is that correct?
Yes!
Anyone know his name?
Jim Armbruster!
Armbruster! Right? Brewster, here we come!
Armbruster, here we come! Armbruster, here we come! Armbruster, here we come! Armbruster, here we come! Armbruster, here we come! Armbruster, here we come!
Este aquí es el humilde chante de este sector. ¡Del pueblo!
¡Unido! ¡Jamás será vencido! ¡Unido! ¡Jamás será vencido! ¡Unido! ¡Jamás será vencido! We'll never be defeated! We'll never be defeated! We'll never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated! The people. No more lies! More lies! No more lies! No more lies! No more lies!
Armbruster, escucha! Estamos en la lucha! 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 What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
No!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
No!
What do we want?
Justice!
What do we want it?
What do we want? Contract! When do we want it?
No!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
No!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
No!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
No!
What do we want? no more lies. Atmi precast, no more.
La expresión es siempre mundial. Déjenos hablar lo que sentimos en nuestros respectivos trabajos.
The brother was simply saying that let us have an opinion, let us voice our opinion in our workplaces without fear of reprisal, without fear of firing. Let us have an opinion at our workplace. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what a democracy is all about. And some people in management at Atmi would paint these workers as troublemakers. I paint them as heroes of our democracy. Because democracy takes work, it takes struggle, and it takes sacrifice. And if there's anyone who has made it rich, you've not done it alone. There's been thousands of workers that got you there. No one is saying you can't have yours. What about these workers with their families? Don't they deserve more than a few crumbs from Atmi Precast?
Yes!
Yes! Many of us in Aurora, in the greater Chicago region, see the Atmi Precast struggle as a definition of whether this part of the country believes in democracy or we believe in arbitrary firings and in putting working people out on the street because they simply express concern about the dangerous conditions they work in. I don't know about you, that's not a country I want to live in.
Right!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Hey, people, look around. Aurora is a union town. Hey, people, look around.
Aurora is a union town!
Hey, people, look around.
Aurora is a union town!
You know, one of the first things I noticed coming out here is just how big this house is. He lives in a small mansion.
It is very nice, yes.
This is the wealth discrepancy that we're seeing across the country. Jim Armbruster is one of the 1% who's making himself a very rich man by exploiting workers' rights here in Aurora, and the city of Aurora should not tolerate this.
Hi, I just want to add that what Jim Armbruster is doing to his workers is downright evil. And this kind of evil is happening all across the country, where workers are getting their wages severely cut. They're getting replaced by temp workers working at a much lower rate. Their collective bargaining rights are being undermined or crushed. This is an assault on all of us.
Yes.
This fight is for all of us. All these ATMI workers are fighting for us as well as for themselves and their families. And I am here to say thank you to the ATMI workers for carrying on this fight.
Yes.
We are the 99%! We are the 99%! We